Hello friends, welcome to ixamBee. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. This is Aditi, Economics faculty at ixamBee, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Union Budget which will be released on 1st of February. I'll be discussing how to read the budget for various competitive exams and which are the focus areas and figures to remember. I'll also be answering the questions starting with the 5 W's and 1 H question words so that you get all the basic information regarding the Union Budget. This is the screenshot of the official website indiabudget.gov.in of the Government of India, where all the documents related to the budget are uploaded soon after the Finance Minister's speech. You'll find the detailed speech here, the key highlights of the budget, the finance bill, as well as a ministry-wise summary of various budget provisions. So now let me answer these questions one by one. What's the Union Budget? It is the statement of estimated receipts and expenditure of the government for that particular year. It is also known as the annual financial statement because it details the account of the government finances for the financial year that starts from 1st April to 31st March. It contains information of 3 financial years. Firstly, the budget estimates for the upcoming year. Secondly, the revised estimates of receipts and expenditure for the current financial year that has not ended yet. And lastly, the actual receipts and expenditure of the previous financial year. It also includes the appropriation bill and finance bill, which needs to be passed before 1st of April. Appropriation bill is the money bill that gives the government the power to withdraw funds from the consolidated fund in order to meet its expenditure during the financial year. And this consolidated fund includes revenue earned from direct taxes like income tax, corporate tax, and indirect taxes such as GST, customs, and excise duties. And dividends and profits from PSUs, disinvestment receipts, debt repayments, and loan recoveries are also included in this fund. Whereas the finance bill reflects the key changes pertaining to direct and indirect taxes. So why is the budget prepared? Because it is mandated under Article 112 of the Indian Constitution, and it ensures efficient allocation of resources and provides changes in tax structures. Thus, it helps in fiscal discipline and better macroeconomic management of public funds. Next question is, when is the budget presented? In 2017, the Finance Minister Arun Jaitley announced that it will be presented on first working day of February. So since 2017, it's presented on the first working day of February. Before that, it was presented on the last working day of February. And the time was also changed from 5 p.m. to 11 a.m. Also in 2017, a 92-year-old tradition was broken when the railway budget was merged with the Union Budget, and both these were presented together in the Parliament. Where is the budget presented? It's presented in the Parliament in the budget session. It's also live telecasted on the Lok Sabha channel, so you can watch it live when it comes. And once the Finance Minister introduces the budget in the Lok Sabha by way of speech, the budget is then tabled in the Rajya Sabha. The appropriation bill and the finance bill are passed in the Lok Sabha before 1st of April. Who prepares and presents the budget? It is prepared by the Department of Economic Affairs under Ministry of Finance, and it is presented by the Minister of Finance. How is the budget prepared and presented? So it's prepared through a consultative process that involves the Finance Ministry, various spending ministries, and Niti Aayog. All ministries, bodies, union territories, and states put their plans for the year, including their expenses, income, and then present it to the Finance Minister. The Department of Economic Affairs and the Department of Revenue meet with the stakeholders such as businessmen, FIIs, and civil society groups to take their views. Then final call on the tax proposals is taken by the Finance Minister, and these proposals are discussed with the Prime Minister and then freezed. If you are interested in any kind of guidance for the upcoming SEBI Grade A examination, we have launched a Republic Day offer where we are offering a flat 41% off on all the SEBI Grade A courses. All you need to do is use the code RD41 to avail this offer. I would also like to inform you that you can download the PDF of this video from the description box as well. So, how to read the budget and what are the focus areas? Firstly, the theme of the budget. For instance, if you look at the budget for the financial year 2021-2022, the underlying theme of the Union Budget were Atmanirbhar Bharat, which means self-reliant, and inclusion, which means Samavesh in Hindi. And the budget was categorized under these 6 pillars. Whereas there were 3 prominent themes in the Union Budget for the year 2020-2021. Firstly, aspirational India to boost the standard of living. Secondly, economic development for all. And lastly, building a humane and caring society. The next focus area should be the structure and size of the budget and the various deficit targets by the government. So this is broadly the structure of the government budget. It's divided into the revenue budget and the capital budget, and it includes various receipts and expenditures on these accounts. If you look at the budget estimate for the financial year 2021-2022, the total budget size or the total receipts or the total expenditure was estimated at 34.83 lakh crores. Another key feature is the level of disinvestment. It was estimated at 1.75 lakh crores. If you look at the budget estimate for the financial year 2020-2021, this level of disinvestment was 2.1 lakh crore, and this was later on revised to 0.32 lakh crores. So there was a huge difference between 2.1 lakh crores and 0.32 lakh crores, which meant that the government wasn't successful in being able to disinvest some of its major stakes in some of the companies. So it will be interesting to note the revised estimate of the level of disinvestment in the upcoming budget. Another important feature is the fiscal deficit, which is given as a percentage of GDP. It is the difference between the total revenue receipts plus the non-debt capital receipts like disinvestment and recovery of loans and the total expenditure by the government. So basically it's reflective of the borrowing requirements of the government. In the upcoming budget, based on the first advance estimates of national income, it will give an estimate of the fiscal deficit, and according to the first advance estimates, real GDP growth rate was estimated at 9.2%. I've already made a very detailed video on the first advance estimates of national income. You can watch that to get a detailed understanding of the various aggregates. You can either click on the I button on the screen or use the link given in the description box to watch it. Another key feature is the primary deficit, which is fiscal deficit less interest payments. It tells us how much government's borrowing is going towards meeting expenses other than the interest payments. The next focus area is the sources of revenue for the government. For example, if you look at the budget estimates for the financial year 2021-2022, source of revenue for the government is through tax. And under that, GST, income tax and corporation tax have the maximum share. Usually these three taxes account for the major source of revenue for the government. Whereas on the expenditure side, the major expenditures are on the revenue account, with interest payments accounting for the largest share of about 20%. Other focus areas could be borrowing plans of the government, key allocations under different sectors like agriculture and infrastructure, and allocations under the various regulatory schemes like Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana or Green Revolution or Blue Revolution, and the structural reforms like One Nation, One Ration Card, agriculture and land reforms, or redefinition of MSMEs, etc. Now, here is an interesting fact. In 2019, the finance minister carried the Bahi Khata to the parliament, which appeared to be a move to dump the colonial practice of carrying a budget briefcase. And on 1st February 2021, she presented the first paperless budget as part of the Digital India mission. However, she still used the same red color to cover the tablet with the national emblem in place. So in this way, the tradition of carrying a briefcase was replaced by a Bahi Khata and then by a tablet last year. Also, did you know that the economic survey is released ahead of the presentation of the budget on the 31st of January? And this document is prepared under the guidance of Chief Economic Advisor and is presented for discussion in both the houses during the budget session. I would also like to remind you again that there is a Republic Day offer of flat 41% off on all the SEBI courses. You just have to use the code RD41 to avail this offer. In case of any queries, you can write us an email at hello@ixamBee.com, or you can also call us on 9205524028, or you can also visit our website, which is www.ixamBee.com. Thank you so much.